Alright everyone, so I'm super nervous and I think I'm going to read more than one poem. The poems that I read though are have three different types of feels. So the first one I'm going to read is called The Sound of Rejection. The reason I wrote this is because I gave myself a challenge on Facebook one day and I asked one of my friends to give me just a word to write about, trying to challenge myself, and she gave me the word rejection. And initially I thought about relationships with people, but then God gave me something totally different. So hope y'all like it. The sound of rejection. This is what it sounds like. Tears darker than normal because they roll down black skin, hit the ground over and over again. Can you hear it? Wishing for death over this torment, wishing for death over this pain. The wails and the screams are louder than the whip that is striking to make this black skin bleed strength. This is what it sounds like. Puddles of red blood and mud are forming on the same earth it is a part of, and you hear the children crying because they can see the blood pouring from the black head, but they can't tell if it's dead yet. They have been here before, but the loud silence coming from the black man leaves you to wonder. This is what it sounds like. The sound of fingernails that scratch through the hardwood of floors, clothes torn and fruit taken by force. These cries are different. Water splashing as she tries to rub off her melanin. 9 months later, she is in the house working, and you hear the new cries of a baby with lighter skin. This is what it sounds like. The snapping of a neck that echoes through the branches and leaves. Loud cheers coming from a crowd of people who watch with glee. The rope is loud as it swings on the branches of the tree that we are a part of, back and forth, and he hangs there to ascend. This is what it sounds like. White noise as her breath is taken away along with her own child. The innocent scuffle of nursing a newborn whose mother is another, and the beating of rebellion by the master. Loud, painful strides, and blood dripping into a puddle near her feet. This is what it sounds like. That's the end of it. Alright, so the next one, I wrote this like 4 years ago. And it's taken everything in me to finally release this thing. It's called The Breakup, but it's almost kind of sort of like a spiritual divorce from some demonic things that's kind of been holding me back. So I prayed about it, and God told me to confront these things head on versus them coming unannounced, uninvited, bringing unsolicited advice. So that's what I did. I don't ever want to see you. I don't ever want to hear from you ever again. And I know that might seem a little extreme, but this is my truth. See, because I was told, and I now believe that change can only take place when the pain of staying the same is greater than the actual change. And, well, I'm in pain, so I have to choose. See, having you around, it's been fun and it's been entertaining too. With all of the drama you bring, who wouldn't want a front row seat? Such theatrical performances you would display, free and unlimited showings of the same play, the same movie, the same show, all of the same parts that we already know. And just for kicks and giggles, why don't we give it a name based on something cool like Insane in the Membrane? And no offense to Cypress Hill, because the insanity I feel it comes from you. See, I don't know why I allow you to manipulate and confuse what I know to be right. My spirit of discernment tells me that the devil is busy, and Polonius said to thine own self be true. But that's a hard pill to swallow, because all that means is I gotta get rid of you. So here I go to explain why we have to say goodbye. And it's all clear now that ain't Jiminy Cricket, that's Jesus Christ. So let's see how far I make it before I really start to cry. You see, I have to let you go because you told me my entire life that my beautiful family was to blame, and that I needed to hold someone else accountable for my pain and for the mistakes that I made. I allowed you to lead my decisions, but I became the judge, I became the jury, and I decided who would pay. I pointed the finger, and I shifted the blame. And you were there, rooting me on, telling me that what I was doing was okay, that all of them were wrong, and I was the only one that was right. I was weak, I was without control, but not you. You were strong, and you were bold, and you were scary, and you were always ready to fight. So I took comfort in you, because I was manipulated, and I was confused, and I was mentally being abused besides. You've been with me this long, what was I supposed to do? Fight you too? You made me believe I could never win, especially not against you. With all of your power and all of your strength telling me that I can't do what I can, and then you would throw just enough Jesus in the mix to make me believe again. That's called false hope, and it's called feared faith. You are slick, I'll give you that. You played me well. All this time I've been under your wicked spell. I was as blind as can be, because I honestly thought you loved me. We were one and the same, a union, or so I thought. But every time I would say yes, you would say no. All of this time I let you tell me who I am. I let you tell me whose I am, and cause me unbearable pain. But then we would laugh when I wanted to cry. And then you would laugh when I wanted to die. And you almost won, because I wanted to take myself out. If that meant taking you too, I was willing to sacrifice eternal life just to get rid of you. I believe that's what you wanted me to do. But I now know that we are not one and the same. There is me, there is you. But allow me to reintroduce myself. Hi, my name is Alana, and I think I have a few names for you too. What do you think of anxiety, or depression, or pain? How about being self-hate, called self-hate, self-harm, self-doubt? You like those names? Oh, please don't stand up. Don't do that. Because now I'll stand up too. You see, the God I serve, he put a word in my spirit, and it goes, who gonna check me, boo? Once you are out of my life for good, out of my mind, I can finally be free. All of the evil you bring shows me that you don't love me. So I choose to love myself. I choose to put me first, and I choose to serve a God who loves me more than I'm even worth. So bye, girl. Move on. I know you'll still check in. Get out of my temple. Don't knock on my door, because you will never be welcome in this house ever again. And you look. Oh, yeah. You know, I got black brothers, I have a black son, I got a black man, you know, my dad black. It's a lot going on with y'all out here in these streets. And I just want y'all to know that y'all have somebody on the other side that don't look like y'all, you know, that supports y'all. So it's a little lovey-dovey. I want to tell you everything. I want to tell you everything the world doesn't want you to know. They can't see how beautiful you are dressed from head to toe, because they are legally blind to the inside of your mind, and prophetic fashion doesn't align with worldly flow. They are lying and you are crying while embracing the untruth and allowing the life to be sucked out of you every time they tell you that you aren't worthy when you are everything. I want to show you everything the world doesn't want you to see. The world invites you to live in your feelings. Home is where the heart is, but where does your heart live? You reside in that place where the pain stays the same, so that nothing can change and nothing can grow. It looks like what you think you know, and it hurts like what you think you love. But look inside of me and look inside of you, a royal blood flow of righteous fruit. I want to give you everything the world doesn't want you to have. Restless nights are for the weary, and because you fight the world, that means you. Peace from a place of merciful love and gracious service is where I want to meet. You and I are creating an atmosphere of riding high on God's white clouds of righteous silence. Loving is living. I want to help you live. No more fighting while on the same team. An attack on you is an attack on me. I want to love you in every way the world doesn't want you to be loved. The way God does. To pray, to cry, to fast, to listen. Mercy everlasting and forgiveness without condition. 4 hands clasped together, ready for prayer, ready for war. Kind truth and big moves in the spirit realm. To love you the way the rest of the world does not. That's my spot. Your tears are the same size as mine. Rest your head on my chest and cry. You are so beautiful to me.